I have to get part 20 done in order to actually be caught up, but we're always going to be 4 or 5 weeks behind on release. That is so that the written version has hints and stuff written into it that alludes to what's going to happen later, so that when you're reading the written version, it makes sense. Although there's still going to be stuff that just throws you for that's just there to throw for a loop because, you know, part of writing a mystery is having actual twists that you didn't see coming, but when you pick them apart, make total sense.
Make sure to offer in here too, Hector, so they know they got it.
Well, everybody have a good game. I'll talk to you later.
Also, currently still hurting for a third artist. I've got 2 people trying out, or 1 person trying out and 1 person who might try out. But I mean, still going to be hurting for a third artist.
Sorry, the one person I knew who I would recommend to you is no longer with us.
Who's that?
It was a friend of mine. He's passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was some years ago, but he was a really good artist. He, like you, couldn't... how can I put it? You know how you feel about your writing? He felt the same thing about his art. He didn't feel it was that good, but it really was.
That's fair. Also, Anon explained to me that that is a feeling that never goes away.
Oh, seems we're missing Hetty, but that's not too bad right now.
I was talking to him earlier today.
He's on.
Yeah, somebody ping him.
Was he doing that thing where he's playing like World of Warships or something instead of getting in here?
He's not in any game at all listed anyway.
Weird.
Yeah, everyone remember we got Hector and Kuru sitting in the wings in case you want to bring a couple people along, buff up the party for the fact that you're down at least a Harley.
I mean, we're down on Harley regardless because she's pretty much sitting on an operating table, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's why I'm mentioning it.
Yes.
I just noticed the thing, but who's ready for the Hospital of Billy? Really? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, really. Really. I mean, I'm just waiting for Hitomi to say that she wants me to get us started. No.
I'm good to go anytime.
Mm-hmm. You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Wait. What? Why are you blame? I'm looking at chat. Why are you blaming Cooper for summoning Cthulhu? He did not summon Cthulhu. Not his fault.
Cooper detention.
I hate to break this to you, Cooper, But as far as everyone is concerned, if Cthulhu rose up tomorrow, you're getting blamed.
Yeah, you're getting another detention. That's all there is to it. You know damn well the teacher would literally just call you up. If Godzilla walked into the middle of the city right now, headmaster would just simply text you and say, "Cooper, detention."
Yep.
That's the gist of it.
I mean, we're not even being like discriminatory or profiling. We just know that would happen.
I'm pretty sure that's profiling either way, but considering it's Cooper, it's a correct profiling.
When has he ever summoned demons?
3 times already.
When?
The time at the facility, the time when you had the first attention, and the dragon.
None of those are demons. I didn't even hear the second one. I heard the dragon and the time
The
of the
dragon, the first attention at the bridge, you summoned a group of demons.
Can I just mention that the milk is kind of awesome? Is YouTube chat quiet or is my Restream app not working? Hey,
There's people talking.
YouTube chat, talk.
They have talked.
Just because they have talked doesn't mean that I had the thing on at the time. Does this work or what?
I sent in a message.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's working. That's good. It's good to know.
Hey,
Hey, Eddie. I also have to say that, in all defense, you did show up in town there with 4 demons. So, yeah, you have summoned demons.
Yeah, some demons admitted fully. That's a thing.
I am innocent.
I'm
not a demon.
You are not innocent of anything, Cooper.
It's
I am
canon.
innocent.
It's too late. It's canon.
No, it's not.
In case you were there to start with, I'm talking about the original 4 that showed up with Cooper.
Oh.
So how's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
That's good. I'm really tired. But I'm here today because I know in 2 weeks we're gonna have to skip because I'll be at BabsCon, and I don't want to skip if I don't have to.
That might actually be perfect timing.
It is Easter Sunday, so I mean,
Well, no, I was thinking that because, yeah, this session and then next session should wrap out the act, and then time skip would be on the missing week, so.
that's fair. That assumes that you assume that we have a pacing that will actually meet your demand.
That's true.
Nope, Cooper, too late. It's canon.
No.
I mean, it's already canon that you spent the night with Boxbone.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
There's heresies and lies.
There's a picture, so it happened.
We have
Excuse me,
pictures.
but that's the default salad of the group. I have all the rights to say yes, Cooper slept with Boxbone. Yes, Cooper
No,
has attention.
lies and
Yes,
heresy.
Cooper
Lies and
is a
heresy.
summoner.
Lies and heresy.
Says the heretic.
Lies and heresy.
So
Truth
says
and
the heretic.
facts.
Lies and heresy.
Truth and facts.
All that comes out
Lies
of your
and
mouth, Cooper,
heresy.
is lies
I will
and
keep
heresy.
saying.
Too bad, because it's canon. You
It
fucked
is
the
not
horse.
canon. It is not canon. You have.
I don't know. It sounds pretty canon to me.
Too bad. You know only lies and heresy.
And if just Jay is out there, we're sorry if your height is very chapped.
Well, in terms of canon, we've already had a RWBY Fallout Equestria crossover. When you were in the mines, and it's mentioned there's a bunch of Angel of a Shotgun murals on the bombs.
Has a
Oh, I
point.
don't even remember that.
Has a point. I mean, that was a thing. As the Simon Spaghetti says, the ship is floating. So apparently we lack a heady.
He's here.
Oh, there he is. Just being quiet in his corner and...
I did say hi when I came in, and Von Holtz answered me.
Eddie's role-playing already.
Alright, are you all ready to start? Who's got the recap going?
That's Fiaura, since she asked last week.
Wait, what? You think I remember last week? God, somebody's giving me too much credit. I'm kidding.
Well, this is your channel, so I can't just diss you all the time.
I just assumed you did that anyway.
Is it bad? I'm wondering how the other artists you have would actually do the characters here.
I don't honestly know. I'm kind of okay with it, but at the same time, I kind of need a third artist if I'm gonna have like RWBY characters and people's personal avatars for games done on time. Is because, well, that's what the third artist was for, was for non-pony stuff, and for the, you know, new player joins game, we need character art. Can't do that because I only have 2 artists right now. So yes, everyone, I'm hiring artists.
Well, Fee,
Yes.
if I may suggest something,
Sure.
most of these conventions, at least I know when I used to go to Comic-Con, they always have, or Anime Expo, they always have a artist alley.
Yes, I know.
So, do they have something like that at BabsCon?
They have that at all the conventions I'll be at. The problem, of course, being that if I go in there and, you know, explain to them the situation, I'm just as likely to get told I cannot make that kind of offer to people by the convention as I am to be allowed to make that type of offer where I'm walking up to an artist and offering, you know, what effectively amounts to permanent work.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, make some contacts. You never know. It may pay off in the long run.
That's fair. It's very fair. Anyway, so last week, we basically sat in a hospital the whole time, didn't we?
Pretty much.
I mean, Harley got shot in the chest. There was a lot of blood.
And a few chunks of organ.
It's not like you were using it.
No, she got shot in the chest, not the head.
Oh!
Wow. Dark.
You know, that
I
just,
mean,
someone
it's
needs to play
true.
I Burn.
Yeah, someone needs to. So we were dealing with that. Crazy mad scientist man that can only be described as Rick with cybernetics showed up and tried to convince us to install a laser cannon in Harley's chest.
Have you never played Portal 2? That's Cave Johnson.
I know it's Cave Johnson.
But fembots.
Nope. Nope, we are not turning Harley into a fembot. I don't want to wake up assassinated.
And we've proven that fembots actually hit their targets.
That
As
is
opposed to some of that was supposed to be the sniper.
only partially true. So that happened. Doctors are making Akahima go to therapy because Akahima's fucking crazy, but we already knew that. What else was there?
I believe somebody in the next bed, or next bedroom over, or next room over, vanished.
Oh yeah, somebody in the next room over was kidnapped, followed by
I will hug you.
my brain is not 100% working. This is actually kind of hard.
Hey guys, let's
we
make a
assumed that they
stream
were
tip to
kidnapped
save
because
Harley.
the vent above them was missing and or open,
And the bed was right underneath the vent.
Yeah. So either something sucked them up into the vent, or they went in, changed into something, and went up into the vent. One way or the other.
Yeah.
Or they just went up in the vent.
And then the lights went out. I think that's just about it. Oh, we had to explain to Max that Harley wasn't dead.
Because someone apparently told her she was dead. Looks to Tonga.
I said she was shot. I didn't say she was dead.
And somehow she figured out it was Cooper's fault.
No, she was outright told it was Cooper's fault.
That's true.
But it necessarily wasn't Cooper's fault.
So we then have been spending the session hiding out in the hospital.
And we also had a straw poll going about what option Harley was going to be rebuilt under.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that straw poll ended up. Does anyone have it?
I think it was like Dreadnought.
They wanted us to go full on Dreadnought with her.
Personally, I don't think we should make her a Dreadnought.
But even death she must serve.
So that's most of what I can remember. If somebody wants to fill in the blanks, because I was not
We have also established that Cooper summoned Cthulhu.
We don't know if it's Cthulhu yet. It could just be Billy.
It's Cthulhu.
Well, damn.
Cooper detention.
I didn't summon him.
Well, that's still true. Cooper detention no matter what.
I mean, we know Cooper detention. That's just assumed.
I will hug you.
And as we finished up, it was getting towards morning. Cooper and
Hope this helps
Tonga
a
had
little.
completed their circuit of the 3rd floor, checking out to make sure everyone else was still where they belong, and that there was nothing crawling around.
Thank you, PC Ferret.
With the morning, the lights come back on. Power is restored. Things seem to be coming back to normal.
So, no more Billy attacks, or...
But we like Billy attacks.
Got one of the nurses rolling a tray down the hall, making the breakfast rounds.
You know, this hospital is extremely nonchalant for a hospital place that literally a man was dying in a bed and then was dragged through an air vent by God knows what. It's incredibly calm for one.
Yeah, for all we know, this is Tuesday for them.
They seem very well disciplined, very well normal. Everything is just business as usual.
I believe it was a John Doe, so...
You see the nurse stop in front of Harley's room, and she takes up the breakfast tray. It's split pea soup in a roll, and she starts cartoning it in.
No, I gotta say, I liked it better when we had the white to the right side instead of the left.
I'll think of that.
And she just smiles and goes, "Good to see you. Up and able to eat, and you gotta eat up and conserve your strength and heal properly."
I'll nod at that and again thank her.
I'm still tempted to run in and knock the split pea soup out of her hand. Don't drink it! It's split pea soup! It's horrible! But I'm not going to do that.
And she goes about making the rest of her round.
I mean, with enough honey, even probably Nikita would eat it.
I'm pretty sure Nikita would just eat the honey and eat around the split pea soup.
Can't eat around soup.
Nikita would find a way.
Okay, that's better.
it is kind of odd how they're not overly reacting to the fact that somebody went missing last night.
I mean, it is odd on a lot of levels that, you know, any of this has happened.
We need to find a better hospital.
Or, you know, the fact that we should probably consider moving Harley out of the hospital that has a roving Grimm in it that yanked us through the air vents last time.
Can I point something out? At which point I point to the tubes which are going into the wall.
Well, the hospital is just going to have to get along without you keeping it alive.
Is that your way of apologizing to the hospital?
No comment.
I think we've angered my fiance.
Uh-oh.
The adding of a pony channel.
So you eating your food, Harley?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick away and eat my food.
It's cold. It's unpleasant. Has a little bit of bacon in it, or at least you think it's bacon. It's probably fake soy bacon. It's probably overall nutritious for you, but it's definitely unpleasant.
Yeah.
This is why this place gets a 1-star review.
I'm okay with it having a 1-star review. I mean, it is, you know, a hospital. You kind of are discouraged from coming here.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're gonna have fucking monsters in the vent, they could give you at least real fucking bacon.
Better than the ones that Cooper could cook.
I'm just gonna sit here picking away at my food. Ah, found it. The Harley's Fate pole.
So are we all just going to sit in here and watch over Harley all night long?
It's morning.
Or all day? Or are we going to go hunt monsters while the lights are still out?
You're the
The
one.
lights are back on. It's morning.
Were there any more random disappearances that all would tell me?
God, that's a tension shatterer.
That you know of? You don't know of any.
I found the poll and reposted it in Tabletop.
I guess it was Cyborg or Dreadnought.
Dreadnought.
Cave Johnson Dreadnought.
Yeah, Cave Johnson Dreadnought.
Followed by Housewife to Akihima.
Which was also tied with Cave Johnson Cyber Dino Harley Hybrid.
Well, it seems like people have chosen if you want to go with it.
Well, apparently somebody else just voted for the housewife.
I hadn't voted yet. I was unaware this poll existed.
You were totally aware.
Just because I was aware doesn't mean I'd had the initiative at the time to do anything with it.
Yep, someone else just voted.
Oh,
and again.
It's changed.
Again.
Well, this poll's
been derailed?
Uh-oh, housewife's catching up.
Does nobody like the show Blood Dragon? Come on.
Well, 3 people like the Blood Dragon idea.
Wait a minute. If this is literally looked in order, or goes in order, people have revoked their votes and moved them.
No, I can't. You can't do
they
that.
can.
I just want to point out that no one wanted Harley to go full on battle tech.
Yeah.
Not even the person who suggested it. Hi, Zio.
Well, I
All
just...
sorts of emotes at us.
I rattled through the ideas that we'd had discussed with Cave and I just rattled them all down as close to as I could. So the vote seems to have settled back down again, and the Dreadnought still just about has it.
God, Fiaura energy level low.
So we're grabbing an assault suit and welding into it a bunch of life support gear.
Anyone else think this is a horrible idea? Why did we let chat decide?
I believe the poll was your idea, wasn't it?
No. It was Eddie's idea.
It was your idea.
I've got
no,
a sneaking
it was
suspicion
not
now.
Kuro.
Last time I remember, you were the one who posted it.
No, Eddie.
No,
did.
I created it. I posted it.
I just getting detention for it.
Oh, housewife is tied. Oh, tie is lost. That was quick.
Well,
How are we going to fix Harley?
I'm going to actually kind of suggest a variation on what what the winner is. So I'm going to suggest some kind of assault suit, you know, like what gym teacher uses, but with a bunch of life support gear strapped to it.
But
That's full-on BattleTech.
But then
No,
we
it's
can't.
not.
Then we can't cuddle because you stay in the suit all the time.
Well, I mean, we can always.
Access ports?
Well, I mean, there's nothing stopping me from staying in there permanently. Just
You need
have to-
no. We're gonna a heart. You need a heart. You need an actual heart that works, other than mine, because I tried that and they wouldn't let me.
Cooper is going to suggest probably keep the housewife thing because looks to Max. There is one person a little bit more important here.
and she just looks at herself and kind of like around like, who? What? We can't be me. What?
I'll grab Max's hand and sort of gently pull her towards me. Okay. With the basic heart and lungs, I wouldn't be able to do combat.
Well, with the mechanical assisted ones, to be clear, they did offer to clone you a heart, basically.
With a ridiculously low chance of success.
Just ask yourself, what would Worf do?
Die in bed.
Just ask yourself, what would Worf do? What?
There was an episode where I can't remember. Did Klingons have one or two hearts?
Two.
Two. One of his hearts got stabbed. I
No, it
think
was his spine.
His spine broke because something fell on him and he was crippled.
Yeah.
So
He wanted
Klingons
to
are also
die.
known as Time Lords.
Well, it's a case of when you're a warrior race, having redundant organs tends to help survival.
And he decided to go through the risky cloning procedure to grow and repair his spine instead of live a life as a cripple.
No, he chose death, and then people convinced him otherwise. He asked about 9 different people to kill him.
Sorry?
He went, I choose stabbing, and people were like, no, Worf, it's okay.
Well, they told him that his son had to do it, but his son, he didn't want to have do it, so... Anyway, point being, you have options.
Can we summon the doctor up here?
Yeah.
The actual doctor, not Cave.
Oh.
So he stands outside and he looks inside and sees it's very, very, very crowded in there, and he peeks his head in and he goes, "You rang?"
Yeah, I want to talk to you about options again.
He nods and he picks up his clipboard and he picks up your file and he's looking through and he goes, "Okay, what do you need to know?"
So, you mentioned about the possibility of cybernetics, which, while I wouldn't be able to live my life as I was, would allow me some degree of freedom and ability to move around and at least do things. Is that right?
Isaac, what the fuck?
What Isaac did?
Look above what he said.
Sacrificed Max to save Harley. What
Did you-
the shit?
Did you read the one above that, Fee?
What the fuck, chat?
Seriously, Holmes, what is wrong with you? We are not sacrificing a 10-year-old.
We're not so.
She at least needs to be able to breathe first before we consider putting her on the altar.
Blood for the god.
I never suggested it. I only pointed out that there is a cat faunus nearby.
Yeah, problem is we're not the same type of cat faunus.
I'm sure it would work out.
Max is more of a domestic cat, whereas Harley's a panther.
Well, that just makes Harley will be more controllable.
Cut off for the kids and harvest their organs. What the shit?
Kuru? Bad Kuru! Down Kuru!
I'm going to hell.
We're all going to hell.
Hey, a bunch of us are going to hell just because of the pony sex yesterday.
No, that was not pony sex.
That was
pony
Robo.
on robot sex.
Alright, Robo pony sex.
And it can only happen if you have WD-40.
I think the Mr. Husey would have quite gladly assisted with that one.
Is that like the pony version of Fisto?
Mr. Handy.
So the doctor looks over and he says, "Well, cybernetic technology is still very new,
yourself
as
in
you're
water.
aware of, and it's fairly unreliable. You'd probably have to come in at least once every year in order to get a checkup on the parts and possibly a replacement. You'll never achieve 100% status after it. The technology just isn't there yet, but you should be able to somewhat resume your life. You'll have to stop taking such dire risks, of course, that lead to massive chest injuries, but you would still be able to run and jump and fight and use your semblance as far as our test subjects have shown."
And what are the risks with it?
Well, it's still a very new technology, and of course, in case of catastrophic failure, your death is almost assured, especially... Sure.
Did you really say catastrophic failure?
Yes!
Did he at
That's a
least
so much
correct
damn-
himself?
Okay, so first week of having the cybernetics put in, what's what's my chance of death or very serious complications?
And he slips through your records and is looking at your data and nodding to himself, and he goes, well, there's currently, I would say, a 30% chance of rejection of the cybernetic implant, in which case death would be imminent if not hooked up back to these machines.
Okay. If we went with that option, would there be the option of adapting a combat frame to house life support systems?
Akahima growls and keeps her mouth shut.
And I day-to-day live off of the cybernetics, and
You can't even hearts and minds in this one.
if at any point
You can't
I
even.
go
And
into
the,
combat,
and the cat sprayed herself
I
with
can
water.
use the frame and the frame's life support to bolster and act as a redundancy for the internal cybernetics. Would that be possible?
He kind of sighs and he says, damn it, Harley. I'm a doctor, not a mechanical engineer. I've never seen a word like that.
I also just thought, because it's traditional in anime, if Harley dies, does that make Max a main character?
Yes, actually.
I mean, somebody would have to be prepared to take on Manx.
That would make Max a main character. Holy shit, because Mom died.
Every mom dies in, like, pretty much every anime.
No, they only die if they have that particular, oh my god, Harley, don't put a rubber band in your hair.
But he looks over at you and he says, I really want you to consider the possibility of a cloned replacement. We're making, I think, is probably your best option for the lifestyle you want to lead.
Okay, and what are the risk chances with that?
Well, the rejection chances much less lower, as it'll be copied from your own material than anyone else's transplant. Of course, any surgery bears some risk, and we can't necessarily guarantee it, but the odds are looking fairly good right now, and I would say it'd be my recommendation.
God damn it, the saying, Harley, put a rubber band in your hair. Really, Isaac?
At this point, that's the only way out.
Alright, in that case, I mean, let's face it, being in a hospital's the best place to be if anything goes wrong with the surgery.
And we're not letting Mad Scientist Man put a cannon in your chest.
Oh no, I was never entertaining that idea. Okay, Doctor, let's try for the cloned organs.
He smiles and says, excellent, excellent, excellent. I'll send in the nurse to prep you, and we'll start getting that procedure right underway.
By the way, these guys saying there was something with a patient in the next room?
Yeah, he went poof because he got dragged through the vent.
Yeah, you seem to be all very nonchalant here in the hospital about a patient gone missing.
Patient gone missing? He goes and he looks at his records, and he's flipping through it and flipping through and flipping through and says, oh no, he checked out last night.
Doc, he checked out through the vent. Something grabbed him, ripped him through the vent. So if that's how you call checking out, I think we're going to take Harley to a new doctor. You guys aren't safe.
Nikita's literally standing there with her mouth wide open, like, what?
This man has some freak.
Can I hit him? Please? Please, can I hit him?
And he shakes his head and he goes, no, 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 no. Security found him on the ground floor. He is perfectly fine.
There was just a man with a really freaky fetish for vents.
I'm gonna hit him.
Harley, don't hit the doctor. We can hit him after.
I can't hit anybody.
Akima, don't hit the doctor. You can hit him after he's fixed Harley.
After the surgery.
If he screws up the surgery, I'm going to make sure he understands what 6 inches shorter means.
You're gonna chop off his dick?
Along with some other special bandages.
Slapped Tonga for saying that in front of child.
She's heard worse.
Yeah, you keep saying it.
Yeah, from you!
Yeah.
Literally! You were the worst influence on... I don't want to say my child, but I guess I have to.
So, going back a few frames, you know how you were saying that if Harley dies, that means Max gets to take over because Mum died? Does that make Akihima the
Max
dad?
becomes main character.
Yeah. Does that mean Akihima's dad?
I guess.
She has 2 moms. Just live with that. I refuse to be called daddy.
Oh.
Yeah, she's got Cooper for a. Okay, well, she's got Tonga for a. Oh, okay, she's got 2 moms.
Well, she's got Cooper for that weird uncle, and then there's
anime that all
Tonga,
the
which
ladies are
is,
completely napped.
and then there's Tonga
who's
who's the,
everything.
and then there's
So
Tonga
Chopper
who's
has
the party
found
animal.
Harley's new Hearthstone card.
Really?
No, Aki, I refuse. I will only accept the title of Dad for Akihima if we make the stream tip goal or we make the subscriber goal. One or the other, pick your poison. Either get 10 friends in here or get somebody to drop money, but I'm not accepting that otherwise.
Bones, where are you?
Bones, we need you.
Did you just invoke
Bones? Song exploded the stream tip yesterday, so it's Bones' turn.
I mean, doesn't that make Nikita the weird uncle anyway?
No, Nikita's the cool aunt.
Okay.
See that?
That makes Cooper weird uncle.
Yes.
Cooper's the weird uncle, and Tonga's the cousin that's just running a non-stop party.
I thought Cooper was the weird uncle and Tonga was the weirder uncle.
No, Tonga's the cousin that's just like non-stop partying.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Hey, you're the one that's the shark with the Hawaiian fucking shirt that Daka is everywhere.
So you see the nurse come in and she slides between all of you and pulls up to Harley and starts taking out needles and taking samples of blood, some skin samples, some hair samples. Does a swab of the mouth for saliva.
I was gonna say, there's gonna be saliva. Anything else?
And she takes a moment just to check over your machines and see that you ate all your breakfast. She gives you a bright smile and she says, "Good, good, this is perfect. You should be in later today."
Today? How quick are organs grown?
Oh, we've been working very hard to improve the process, as you understand. Usually, time is quite a factor in this.
Wow. I'm impressed.
I'm worried.
She gives a smile and just big cheeky grin and walks off.
Hey, wait a minute. Damn it.
She's in the hall and she kind of hears that. She kind of just turns around, smiles, and looks back at Tonga and Nikita in the doorway and says, "Yes, Did you forget something?
You guys have a surgical theater where we can watch, right?
Oh, and she shakes her head and she goes, "Oh, no, 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 no. Those were banned decades ago. They were so unsanitary."
A bunch of people standing behind a glass wall is unsanitary.
You're not getting her on a surgical table if I'm not at least able to see her.
Akihima, it'll be fine.
Damn!
She just kind of looks between Akihima and Harley and looks back at Harley and says, "Is there a problem?"
How about this one? Would you be able to set up a camera so they can watch through the scrolls? They're worried about me. We're all kind of like a great big family, and I gave them quite the scare the other day. So
Yes. Oh, okay. I'm sure the doctors can arrange something, and they'll let you know.
thank you, nurse. What's your name, by the way?
Oh, it's Kuro.
Thank you, Miss Kuro. Kuro.
Kuro.
I hate
That's
you.
everyone.
I freaking hate you, Italy.
We're dead.
Where's Colin when you need him?
Yeah, you and me both. Bad feelings. All sorts of bad feelings. Horrible feelings.
I'll try and reach across Rakima's hand.
Should we not maybe get a second opinion about this whole thing?
We did. It was Gabe Johnson, and
No.
you kind of ignored
I mean,
him.
Is this the only hospital they have in this entire city? Or is this the only one that our school insurance coverage covers?
I think it's the second one.
It's the one that you're covered for, and it's the high-tech one. The other ones are very low-tech, deals with the poor. Basically just slaps a bandage on them and gets them out the door.
Wait a minute. Is this the government hospital?
Yes, it is.
We're doomed.
That probably explains why Gabe Johnson has access to walk these halls.
Getting flashbacks to Fallout games, government experiments. Oh god.
Alright, so as time passes, Harley, your stomach's feeling pretty upset. It's definitely not settling down on you. Feels like there's a lot of gas bubbling up inside of you.
Hey, Akihima, can you ask one of the nurses about some indigestion relief?
Sure. Goes down the hall to find the nearest nurse station.
Alright, Akihima, Cooper, Tonga, throw me detection checks.
I knew this shit was not above board.
Not me.
Well, you're not outside in the halls.
Oh, okay.
Detection is perception discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
25.
I was going to say Akahima's not out in the halls either, so
21, 21, 25.
Well,
Yeah, she's
technically
going
she is.
out.
okay.
She was going to the nurse's
Oh,
station.
by the way, did we heal, or has not enough time passed for that?
No, you've healed.
Well, you kind of spent an overnight in the hospital room, but apart
Just
from
making
that,
sure.
As you're walking down the hall towards the nurse's station, you can hear a faint little strangled cry from room S6.
Running,
And-
stop it.
And Tonga and Cooper can hear it as well. As you run in and you throw open the door, and you see yet another empty room, although it seems to have been occupied fairly recently. There's still flowers in the nightstand. There's a few get-well balloons
Looks
and
up the
cards
vent.
spread around.
Sorry, looks up at the vent.
Oh, you see that it's missing.
Climbing in.
I'm gonna lift Akahima up and put her in the vent.
Grab her ankle so you can pull her out if something grabs her.
Alright. It's a really tight squeeze for you. It's just but you manage to get your shoulders through and you're worming your way in and you hit the first corner and you look out and it's pitch black in there, but you think you hear a little patter and thumping noise as something seems to be moving through the vents.
Start trying to follow the pattered thumping noise like a complete idiot.
I'm the only one who noticed the nurse disappeared and left right before this thing appeared. And we were just dealing with a motherfucking crazy man who was turning people into Grimm.
Cooper, do you want to have a talk with the doctor? Or should I?
I think it's
Because I'm
nurse.
losing my patience.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's a bad one.
oh, oh! Your pun's craftsmanship, sir. While horrible, it is good. It is actually good.
Small clap for Tonga,
Okay,
everybody.
RWBY, be safe.
Alright, throw me strength and agility
Who?
as you're crawling in through the vents. Alright, despite the fact that you are rolled up as tight as a pig in a blanket, you managed to start wiggling through there and get around the corner and you start following the noise in the distance, but it seems to be moving a lot faster through there than you can.
I think you need a another chocolate golem.
Quickly, to a candy station.
Really? Are you literally calling after Akihima and saying, why don't you just get another chocolate golem? In the most awkward way possible that could only be done in an anime, she looks at you from between her legs and goes, that's a good idea!
Do you want me to pull you out?
Sure, just, don't stare at my butt.
Kind of hard not to, but you're already taken, so there's solace in that.
You just say she had a fat butt.
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab her and pull her out.
You reach and grab her by her tail.
I'm grabbing her by her feet. I think that's her foot.
alright, throw me strength and endurance.
Oh, this one didn't end well.
Alright, you reach in and you start yanking her out, and Akihima, it's not exactly pleasant as he's pulling you along. You're catching on some of the vent, but he managed to finally give one last tug and rip you out and just throw you right down onto the dead girl's bed. Or you figure the dead girl's bed.
So we now know.
Oh, really?
Hey,
Really?
Freudian slip from the GM there.
Could be.
Akihima, Go-Guard,
Yes.
Harley, I'm going to have a talk with a nice doctor person.
You're gonna
At
have...
gunpoint.
Okay, go get me a chocolate bar.
Okay. Wait, where's the chocolate room? looking for room to label chocolate.
That day room.
Tonga, the doctor's over here! Walks past him. You're in trouble.
He just gives you this confused look as you walk past.
He was gonna go up to the doctor and like, who was an S6?
Oh, that was Julia Rochard. Sweet little girl. Had a broken leg.
She moves
Something
fast.
just
Dude.
dragged her through the vents.
And he looks at her something and goes, "Are you sure about that? She was supposed to have checked out this morning."
I knew he was going to say that.
I'm entirely sure because sound of struggle and then vent being pried open.
Try to find a chocolate bar in here.
There's vending machine.
Did the nurse not tell you that the same thing happened to the other guy yesterday? Or this morning, like early morning, 1 or 2 a.m.?
Oh yeah, I heard that he went missing, but we found him on the ground floor.
Gonna grab some chocolate bars from the vending machine.
And Harley, as far as your news, you found out that there's been a battle between the Faunus terrorists and the Atlas military police last night. Just a block down from the hospital.
You continue on. You don't find
You didn't hear the fighting?
Sorry, I was snoring.
Yeah, you don't find it odd that suddenly 2 people disappear with the sounds of struggling and then, you know, vents being torn open, a tad bit fucking strange, along with the fact someone checking out at fucking God knows what time in the morning.
He goes and he reaches into his pocket and
Best
he
use
pulls
of
out a little pen
ammunition.
flashlight and he holds it up above his shoulder and he looks in your eyes and he kind of flashes the light in your eyes and he waves it around, sees how your pupils are reacting. He goes, "Look, I know hunters often come under heavy combat stress and sometimes they seek a little escape, be it in fantasy or alternative substances."
That fantasy does not explain the fact you have 2 vents ripped off the fucking wall in 2 different rooms.
Tonga's gonna call the commandant.
Alright. It rings a few times and you hear him pick up.
Commandant, I need you to do something that's gonna seem a little strange. I need a background check on the hospital we're in right now. There are very strange things going on right now, and 2 people have been abducted. I suspect foul play, as does the rest of the team.
He says, "I'll get right on that. Should have your information in a few hours."
In a few hours, more people will be gone. If you could double time it, we would appreciate it.
He says, "I'll see what I can do."
I know an angry cat.
That is,
Okay.
uh,
Face would have
That is a hell of a lot more
talked
tactful
the rest
than
of the
Cooper
time.
could ever manage.
I mean, if we just throw the fox angrily at the doctor's face, he'll talk. Remember, Akihima's best use is ammunition.
We also have concerns that there may have been a few Grimm that may have infiltrated the hospital. We'll keep on the lookout.
And as he says that, the lights go out. And the red emergency lighting kicks in.
And we need backup.
And this happens on a
Lights
regular
just
basis
went out
around here
again.
too, I'm sure.
Well, this place was built back before the Atlas labs really kicked off. It's very ramshackle, and there's a lot of old wiring problems.
Commandant, I'm gonna have to call you back. I need to have a talk with the doctor.
Doctor,
And the last thing the doctor hears, or the commandant hears, is Tonga cocking his gun.
Doctor, can we have a talk with you over here in our friend's room?
Just gives you a little.
I just feel like suddenly you all walked up to the doctor, but we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Just gives Nikita a nod and walks peacefully off.
Pulls out and presents plate of spaghetti. We're going to make you an offer you can't.
I wait for him to go in.
Yeah, the stream does need likes. Hit the like button, guys.
Looks out to the hallway.
You guys, please drop tip if you can. We are helping Hitomi pay her bills.
Then she grabs the doctor and pushes him over against the wall and goes, "Okay, what the hell is going on here?"
Nikita, before you give him a bear hug, can you pass these chocolate bars to Akihima? I can't squeeze past you. At least I can, but I don't want to anger you any more than you already are. I'm a bit scary when she's angry.
You just see him wince and just seethe in pain as he just slammed into the wall by Nikita, and he goes, "Ow, what are you doing? Are you crazy?"
People don't check out of hospitals 2 a.m. in the morning. Little girls don't go missing, and you simply put it nonchalantly. I do not feel things are right here.
Pauses mid-statement, passes Akihima chocolate bars, resumes statement.
Tonga's gonna level the barrel of one of his guns right at the man's testicles and nudge the two testicles with the barrel of the gun.
Tonga, that type of violence isn't necessary. Mine is.
Okay, it's not necessary yet.
No, if he lies, I'm pulling the trigger. I have a very low tolerance for lies.
And you just see his eyes go wide as he's looking down at, the hands grabbing him, gun pointed up against him, and just absolutely shaking like a leaf.
You're going to answer the nice bear's questions. And if I hear a lie, well, this is a rather ironic place to get a sex change. I'm sure your mother would be proud.
I just look at him.
And he's looking right at the gun, just barely even aware of what's going on.
Oh, no. Don't look at the gun. Look at me. Explain to me why 2 people have gone missing and you keep passing this off. As if nothing has happened.
Cooper,
the lights keep going out.
Cooper, would you mind taking Mags into room S13 while we have a nice conversation with the man here?
Oh, no. I think this is... Max needs to learn how to interrogate people.
Akihima, can you go and take Mags into the corridor in another room?
Guys.
I don't want her seeing this.
It's fine. Say these things not to make you guys feel guilty. We say them just to remind you don't have to feel guilty. It's okay.
Max just looks and goes, "Why are you pointing a gun at his grenades?"
To make sure they don't go off, Mags, ever again.
Tonga, behave.
I am behaving.
Akihima, can you get Mags out of here?
Looks over at the door. Looks at Harley. Looks over at the blocked doorway. Not entirely, but I can do this. She hands Mags a chocolate bar and then puts herself between Mags and the scene unfolding behind her.
I'd rather her not see or hear anything.
I'll tell you what.
Put hands on ears.
Nikita will advance, pushing the doctor up against the wall next to the door.
The room next door is vacant, right?
Yeah, but we don't want to separate at this point. I don't trust this place.
I
She has a point.
I agree.
We'll just take her in the hallway or something. I don't want her seeing this.
I don't want me seeing this, but this is really weird.
You're the one doing this.
Yeah, I know. This should be telling you something. I'm not usually the one that's acts rash.
You know, she has a point. She's usually the one who tells us to calm down, and instead, she's the one who's going full on fisticuffs immediately.
Yeah, and I still don't want her to see us, aka the team, going ham on a freaking doctor.
Oh, we don't have to go ham on the doctor. All he has to do is tell us what's going
I watched
on.
my language. I corrected myself. Puts Tuli into like some jar that Mags pulls out that says swear jar.
Captain Mags.
The doctor says, like, you need to calm down. Obviously, something's going on here, but you need to calm down. I mean, wiring is bad. Bad wiring happens. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but people don't just start disappearing with sounds of a struggle.
No, we don't have to interrogate the doctor yet. He might actually not know anything. Why don't I make the chocolate golem, assuming I can get it to work this time?
He's making excuses for somebody who just vanished.
1/3 the way
How does he
there.
not know something?
Dude, what the shit? Are you sure? Don't you need that too?
He just holds up his clipboard and the notes, and it's like, he points at it. He says, "See right here? It says that she was checking out."
Is it a digital
she
clipboard?
just vanished.
So is the Tonga just asked, is this clipboard kind of like scroll, or is it an actual wooden clipboard with paper on it?
Well, it's wooden paper.
Does this facility in any way have any connection to Lord Augustus Victoria?
Hey guys, Megs is still in the room.
He goes, I don't know who that is. Sounds like some sort of noble. I mean, we're sponsored by the government, but
Slips Max past the door when he says the word government into the empty room. Turns on the TV.
I'm just thinking because the last government facility we were in
I could fraggle drinking buddy
was doing terrible things to people.
I thought that was a private
Refund. I can
research
totally
lab.
refund it.
No, that was a government lab.
No, it was
It
a
was owned by
private.
a guy. Private or not, it was owned by a guy in control of the government, and they had to get their
Actually, the
attention
nobles aren't in control of the government.
partially.
there was someone who was on the Council of Nobles who runs Atlas in lieu of the
There's
king
someone
being
who
sick.
was-
And
Someone who was partially in control of the government, and they had to get people from somewhere.
At the moment, I can't see my screen because the cat's decided to park herself right in front of it.
Gives meow.
I'm just thinking, people going missing. Not that long ago, facility that's taking God knows people from where and doing horrible things to them. Both some way related to government. The only connection would be that Mr. Victoria. Oh, and creepy vent abductions.
Don't forget the tentacle monster. Or Grimm.
That's part of the vent kidnapping.
he just looks at you and he goes, "Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a doctor. I make rounds. I do my tour in this operating theater." It's like, what do you want from me?
I want to know what's going on here. I want to know why patients go missing and you're making excuses.
So better yet, who fills out your clipboard before you get it?
And he just kind of blinks at me. He goes, "No, nurses, I suppose. People who check in on the patients."
Nurse who? Is there some mention of who it is? Kuro?
Entertains Mags with T cartoons at
Harley or
3
Piper.
a.m.
It's probably printed off of a database which the nurses update hourly. Whoever the
I mean,
duty
you check out
nurse is
Screaming Through
probably
Event
the
pretty
one that
easily.
filled it
I'm
out.
just saying, it tends to
And
be
it would
pretty
probably be
easy.
signed by that particular person.
Not necessarily. Not if it's a database query.
Hand the clipboard over to Cooper.
What's it say? Any kind of...
Well, I guess it's a private patient records, and as you flip through, it's like, yeah, there's just records on the patients in the room, and you see normal things like what drugs they're on and when they should be checked, and their prescriptions and their status.
Anything on the 2 people that were now missing?
The one in room S13 is just as like a patient left room at 2 a.m. and was found on ground floor at 5:30 and checked out at 5:35. And the one in S6 it just says patient checked out at 6 o'clock.
What time is it now?
Yeah.
6:30.
The stream tip grenade has been armed.
Any other
5
connections? Were they
seconds
both
until
human,
detonation.
both honest? Did they have any similar drugs, any similar injuries?
Right?
Oh, they're both human. One of them had just suffered catastrophic injuries. Broken bones all
No, it's
over
Billy.
the body.
It's fucking Billy. We
Torn
know
up
it's Billy.
organs. In intensive care on the level that even makes Harley's look relatively tame. The other one just has broken leg.
What was the one in S13 was? Injuries?
Massive intensive care, huge blunt force trauma, crushing impact. Pretty much every bone in their body shattered. Yeah.
And when did they check in?
Said 2 months ago.
Is there anything on at all that seems to connect these 2?
They're humans and they're in this hospital, and that's about all you can make out.
Harley would like to see if she can just quietly on her scroll access the hospital's into private network rather than the public network.
Hack the hospital.
Alright, go ahead, throw it.
What am I throwing? I can't remember what the hack check is.
Will and discipline for hacking.
Are there cameras in these rooms?
No.
Why would you not have cameras in a hospital?
No. Oh, 11, so I'm guessing I probably did well not to trigger some kind of intruder alarm on the network.
Yeah, you just got a little network saying that your credentials are invalid and please re-log in with proper credentials.
Yay, you didn't critically blow it!
I'll nudge Cooper, show him what's on my scroll, and suggest that he might also want to try.
I'll check. I'll take it, grab it, see what he can do.
Thank you, Avarna.
And Dr. shouts out like, hey, you can't
And finally
hack
afford to
into the
donate.
hospital
Drops
records.
$50.
It's private information. There's a sacred trust between doctors and patients.
And you're not breaking it.
We are.
I mean, you just showed him right in front that you're hacking in.
He can try and stop us.
Just sitting in the other room, quietly petting Mags as she lays in my lap, turning the cartoons up loud enough that she can't hear any of this.
Right, yeah, and you get a authorization failure as well, Cooper.
Dang it.
I mean, this is a hospital. It's not like they have vicious counter-assault viruses for hackers.
It's a government hospital.
It's a government hospital, and it doesn't stop there being a security trigger to ask the guy with the revolver and the donuts to go and investigate what's going off.
And it's roll 20.
Well,
Cheers, roll 20.
sounds like this guy doesn't know much more. How about you go and ask the nurses, seeing as pointing at the machinery and the tubes? I can't.
I look back at Cooper.
Go on, Tonga. We'll go find the crazy nurse.
Do you want to let Mags and Harley know that Harley, Mags and Akihima know they can come back in now if they want.
If I come back and Harley's checked out without telling any of us, you're becoming a woman.
Oh, by the way, somebody
Tonga
Yes?
You can't hear that.
walks up, holds up swear jar.
I didn't swear.
No, the threatening a doctor counts.
Since when?
You know, I have this interesting question. I look at the clipboard. Is anyone else checked out? Or listed as checking out?
Yeah.
No.
So no one else is listed as checking out?
No.
Okay. I hand him his clipboard, and I let him go.
I send out a quick sort of chant underscore all. Someone grab me my rifle.
Your rifle's probably here in the room.
He gets down, he brushes himself off, and he shakes his head, and he's breathing a sigh of relief. Then sees, oh yeah, they're still in the hallway, and kind of hurries on away.
From the psychotic hunter team.
I mean, either way, this is a even if nothing crazy is going on, this is still a horrible hospital.
Oh yeah,
People just going missing.
this is a horrible, terrible, awful hospital.
Out of character, Hitomi, do I actually have my weapon with me, or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, it'd be like in the closet with your clothes that you came in.
Is that
For
in
hunters,
the room?
we never go anywhere without our weapons.
Well, I do seem to remember a certain period of unconsciousness.
The funny part is, if we were to go with the series, you'd have one of those lockers, and you would just drop it down in the middle of the room and get your gun.
Yeah, they're not going to be invented for a few generations yet.
Lockers.
Are we
no.
sure Dave Johnson isn't the one who invented it? Because that is kind of
pretty
fucking
sure.
cool.
God,
Yeah,
damn it, Cave
it
Johnson.
was Atlas technology, wasn't it? Oh God!
That is a fair, balanced assessment.
Yeah, because it's the kind of nutsoid idea he'd have. Yeah, let's stick a rocket pack onto this locker.
So the students can get their DACA faster.
Oh, I stick my head out the room or the hallway, and I go, Cooper,
Yeah.
and Tonga, don't go apart from each other too far.
Okay. Well, if something happens, you'll hear it.
No, we're going buddy system in this place. I have this bad. I hate to say it. I have a woman's intuition going here.
Whatever happens to Operation
just
Trinity Gold.
Nikita, just say it. You have a bad feeling. Just
I have a bare feeling about this.
God damn it.
By the way, does Megs actually have her weapon with her?
Yeah, she's been taught not to leave home without it.
Cool.
Actually, she would, because she was picked up from school.
No, it was a Sunday. She would have been picked up from home.
Yeah, she was being babysat by Monarch or whatever they're called now.
So I guess Tonga and Cooper are gonna go try to find the nurse.
So
I'd
why
say
are
you
you
head
there?
downstairs.
Well, she went down the. Oh no, she went that way. Last I saw her, she was by the stairs. I didn't see her move over.
Remember, this is anime, so the smaller and cuter something is, the more dangerous it is.
Oh God! No wonder Harley so dangerous. And can I just say, that sounds rather scary, given what that potentially means Mags can do.
Well, look at Akahima.
Opens up door, sees a nurse inside. Hello.
Yeah.
I also send quick message to Cooper and Tonga. Indigestion tablets, please.
You see her sitting on a lounge chair, and she's drinking some coffee, and she goes, "Is it an emergency? I'm on my break."
You know where we can find the indigestion tablets?
And she gestures over to the day room. Says, "There's some in the vending machine there."
Who puts indigestion tablets in a fucking vending machine?
Government hospital.
It's over-the-counter medicine. It's not that big a deal.
Excuse me a moment.
Oh God! Someone bombed the stream tip.
No, no one bombed the stream tip. Life just got more difficult, that's all.
Sorry?
What happened?
Well, it's a good thing, but it also means it's going to be harder for me to go live with Sophie. NHS just declared fibromyalgia as a long-term disability, which makes immigration to England if you have a long-term disability significantly harder.
Yeah. Okay, well, once they get the indigestion tablets, Cooper's also going to ask, and, you know what happened to the person in room S6?
She goes, "S6? Oh, did you know that?"
Not really, but the, you know, wires torn about, vent torn off wall. Y'all are not very observant at this hospital, no offense. Dog, shut the hell up.
Wow, Big Burr is really good. He imitates a dog really
I mean,
well.
that's a really great imitation there, Big Bird. I congratulate you. You have some real talent there.
That's the dog.
She looks cross-eyed at Cooper and says, "I would suggest that you please not enter other patients' rooms. They need their rest and their privacy."
When hearing vent torn off wall and then person disappearing, I don't think it's their room anymore.
She sighs and she gets up and she looks over at the counter where she left her stuff and looks at her notebook and she goes, or her clipboard, and she goes, No, she checked out. I don't know what you're talking about."
That doesn't explain the vent that is, you know, opened. And, you know, not on the wall anymore.
Or the thing that scuttled off down the vent.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We've all been here. I just realized this. We've all been here. We didn't see anybody check out. We were up and down these hallways searching and looking and guarding.
Yeah. We're kind of, you know, walking around here for a good portion of the day, and like we saw a clipboard, it said 6 o'clock. No one walked out of that room at 6 o'clock.
And she says, like, "Well, you can come over here, look at my notes, and see exactly what it says." And she just gestures for you to come on over with a finger.
I have an extremely bad feeling because I know this is a trap.
I've got you covered.
Cooper, since his weapon can do this, is just going to swing up, hook the clipboard, and pull it away. Because he is a weapon with reach and a hook. Does she try fighting this?
She just says, "You punched a hole in my clipboard. You owe me a new clipboard."
Yeah.
It needs to have all the rainbow stickers and unicorns on it that the old one did.
Does that include that limited edition one that was off the back of that cereal packet 3 years ago?
I was thinking when I said hook it, like, you know how, Dog, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to talk. You like how clipboards have that little ring on the top part. Oh, that dog, if I wasn't watching him for a friend, I would kill him now. But yeah, you know how like clipboards have a little metal ring at the top that you like to hang it up somewhere, hook it through there. I'm gonna murder that thing.
Means everything that fine pointed. I mean, that's like a half-inch ring. You're hooking with crossguard, if I remember right.
Yes.
I was asking if yours was that narrow, because it usually wouldn't be.
I don't know, it's anime. But what does the clipboard say?
It says bark, 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 bark.
You and Tonga flipping through it, or just you?
I'll flip through it, Tonga can watch her. Anything that seems off or different from the last guy's clipboard.
As you're flipping through it, the information all seems the same.
Seems or is?
Well, most of it's technical medical knowledge that you probably wouldn't remember off the top of your head.
I detect bullshit.
Text message comes through. Who updates their computer and how often?
Okay, checking that, Cooper will pose that question to her because, I mean, this thing would have had to be updated rather recently if it's only 6:30 for you guys to get a copy of the man walking out at 6 o'clock and then having these all printed and distributed to everyone, especially when, I can't imagine that that's done quickly.
Not to mention, there was no one leaving the hallway.
So I really have to ask there, Chaco, is the dog new, or is the dog... Because this is the first time we've ever heard your dog barking.
No, it's just, I think he's not new. I think there's just some... I think there's a garage sale, like, next door, and he doesn't like people he has not seen before, and there's just new cars coming by. I've talked about him. I tell the story all the time about, like, Big Bird would just ride on his back because Big Bird's too lazy to fucking fly anywhere and make the dog do it. I'll try to see what.
Really? You gave like 3 smile faces in emotes with that?
It's Nikita.
Has little
There wasn't an apology in there anywhere.
No, that's coming later.
It's after he responds. Let's see if I can shut the dog down. Give him a treat or something.
Why would we trank Cooper in the balls? Also, I wouldn't give him a treat. I'd like hit him. I would seriously like hit a newspaper near him. Not actually hit him with a newspaper, but like bounce it off the wall. That because you don't want to encourage that behavior.
All right. As you're asking, looks over the clipboard and she's leaning closer and she's pointing out things to her and says, "Well, you can see by the date here, this was printed off with the shift change at 6:15 and." So that's actually pretty normal, you know, and you update for the shift change and the new staff that's going to be coming on in the next hour.
Stand back.
Yeah, Cooper, she leaned over, she's looking over it with you, and she's pointing out the date and the timestamp on it, and it's printed off at 6:15, and she says, "Oh, that's, you know, pretty normal. We usually print off the sheets in response to the shift change, and shift changes can be pretty soon, as people are going to be filtering in over the next hour."
You know, something's either up at this hospital, or you're a really shitty hospital, and I can't tell which.
Well, it is kind of an old hospital. Needs a few renovations.
Okay, so you're possibly a shitty hospital with something going up, or just an extremely shitty hospital.
Can we just assume that it's just a bad hospital? Like, you know.
She stamps her foot and she gives a little huffy face, and you're like, "That is uncalled for, sir. We are doing our very best here, and we've taken excellent care of your friend. We are providing groundbreaking medical care options so that she may achieve a full and proper life."
And you just occasionally have patients going missing for no reason in the middle of the night, and no one finds them for several hours. Lowers review even more of hospital. I don't know how I can go below 0 stars and below a black hole, so just 2 black holes.
She gives you a really huffy, frowny face, and she says, "Sir, you are incredibly rude, and you're ruining my
3
parade."
black holes.
You're not helping things, Cooper.
Cooper would check his phone. See he has detention. Sigh.
Cooper, throw me a detection test. Alright. Tonga, throw me one too.
Working on it, things being a bit of a pain.
So 23 and a 19.
Alright. Cooper, you notice a very strange sensation from down the hall behind Tonga.
What room?
No, I mean right behind Tonga. Moving very quietly up towards the two of you, looking you over. And just
Oh god, they're
it's
multiplying.
little smile on her face, you know, toothless smile, stretched a little wide.
Oh
Just
boy.
standing there.
There's a bag of nope.
Why do I just imagine that scene? What's the movie when the two little girls are at the end of the hall? And it's like, come play with us.
Shining.
Shining.
Yeah. I got it mixed up with all the other
Cooper,
Stephen King stuff.
there's this thing called fuck it, and just pulling out a chainsaw, but that's beside the point.
Depends. Is Tonga aware of this? Or did he not roll high
Cooper
enough?
will tap Tonga's shoulder, point.
You didn't notice it, Tonga.
That's why Cooper taps his shoulder, points behind him.
Like all of 6 inches behind you is this little nurse.
Gun
Can
out, pointed
we
at
help
head.
you? It's good not to sneak up on Sharky startles easily.
And throw me one more set of detection checks for the two of you.
That's a nope. So yeah, I'm declaring my action once Cooper tapped me on the shoulder and pointed behind me. I'm firing.
There is a big bag of nope. Wait, do we
Well-
hear gunshots?
Before you can fire, you feel a little prick in your arm and something really cold flowing into it. And the nurse just smiles at you and says, "Sir, you seem a little high-strung and overstressed."
That's it. Shooting you both.
Throw me a resistance test.
What is that? Okay.
For one of your defenses.
We're gonna shoot up a goddamn hospital.
I'm just going to point out something. Do those two nurses look alike, or is that just the tokens?
No, they actually do look alike.
Yeah, a hospital that's known for cloning.
Well, as you go to pull the trigger, you feel your head get dizzy and you start to slump against the wall as your body just does not respond to you.
Yeah. Cooper gonna nope.
Hey,
Oh,
Cooper, you notice that a similar needle is coming towards your own arm.
I guess defense.
Yeah, whatever defense you want.
The only defense that's useful.
Am I going out there?
20 for the
Is Tonga going up in a ball of flames?
I like how everyone knows what defense he's going for before he even announces it.
It's the only one that ever works for him.
Yeah, it is.
Does Nikita see any of this going on? Does she stand
You'll
at the end of the
probably
hallway?
hear the fucking boom as all of a sudden.
You hear the explosion, and as all of a sudden you see that Cooper's blowing up one of the nurses, apparently. And Tonga.
I thought this nurse was
Do we hear
attacking.
this from down the hall?
Yeah.
You're
It's
gonna
a
hear
crouch
the fucking-
grenade. The hospital hears it.
I look at Nikita. Go investigate that. I'm staying here.
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
And then I ready action to strike at the next thing that comes into the room.
Well, I don't close the door. I leave it open.
I brace stock of sniper rifle in such a way that it's pointing at the air vent.
Cooper's
I
gonna
quietly move your bed so it's not under the air vent.
You did that last session.
Yeah, it's actually not.
Good. Making sure.
But as she brings thing to it, Cooper is going to crouch grenade to the face, hoping to like launch her back. I'm assuming it's this one. I'm trying.
Yeah.
And he's going to yell, "I knew it! The nurses were fucking evil!"
And you just see like this explosion go off in her face, and there's like soot across her face, and she's sitting there like, it's still a strange, silent, big smile on her face, not showing any of her teeth. And she goes, Sir, you've become hysterical. Please, you have to calm down. Just let me give you this little injection."
I did not become hysterical until you started to try to stab me.
Can I just say I love these nurses?
Sir, please, you have to calm yourself. We're only here to help you.
Get grimmified.
I was just saying, Cooper was right. There was shit going on here. So the doctor's just an idiot, the nurses are evil.
Well, we still don't know if the doctor's in on it.
Oh, I'm killing the doctor next once I get out of this.
Alright, so are you just content to talk with him while Nikita's charging up the hallway?
Well, he's gonna try, like, grabbing Tonga and kind of dragging him away.
And you hear them say, "Hey, sir, you have to stop. You can't be dragging people through the hallways like that. You can injure them."
He's a big shark. He can deal with it. Kate's gonna move Tonga. People will grab another crotch grenade. I said, I'm not afraid to use these things.
Throw me detection test.
Oh, he's already planning DC's them moving to.
Yeah, no, I was asking for the detection test. Okay, so you see the door behind you open up.
4 or 3. Oh God, there's another of them.
And she's smiling, and she says, Sir, you must stop. We need to check you, and you're obviously suffering from some sort of mental trauma."
Okay, Cooper is going to run and drag Tonga along and use capacity to move so they can't catch him.
Oh dear God, really?
He's basically gonna nope out with Tonga.
Are you activating the Tonga nope?
Yes.
Go for it.
And just for the fuck of it, throw the couch bomb as he does.
The three are just following along at a sedate pace, and they're smiling and looking sweet and innocent, except for the one that has soot on its face, which is sweet and innocent and covered in soot.
As they get to Nikita, Cooper's gonna roll out and say, the nurses are evil and what looks like clones.
Yeah,
And something
I just
took
got
out
a last
Tonga.
message to the Commandant, so... I grab a Tonga. Throw him over my shoulder.
Explosions.
It's called being selective with the truth. One of those.
He was just sitting in that room. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Alright, drag Tonga into the room.
I just pick him up, throw him over my shoulder.
We're about almost the same height.
Oh, you're taller than me, but you know.
She's stronger.
I'm stronger than you.
Yeah, they're like not chasing you or anything. They're just kind of standing there, smiling, walking very slowly. Almost look like they're just doing their normal rounds.
Except for their creepy ass bitches. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yep.
So I guess we move back into the room and barricade it.
It's up to you. You're the one in charge.
Well, we got knocked out Tonga. Knocked out, or not knocked out Harley, but incapacitated for a good part Harley.
We tossed Tonga in the room.
Sakahima, how razor sharp honed were you on killing whatever comes into the door first?
First thing coming in the door. Doesn't matter. If it didn't announce itself, first thing coming in the door.
It said the door was open.
First thing coming in the door that doesn't announce itself.
Yeah.
So what's the first thing in the door that doesn't announce itself?
I guess
That was Cooper.
No, actually, I threw Tonga into the room.
Yeah. Oh, poor Tonga.
That's a miss
I
anyway.
might have
Thank
actually
you, roll
missed.
20.
No, I mean it's hitting an unconscious target basically.
That's
I think
flying
it
through the
counts.
air.
Just Tonga roll a die.
I don't think you get a defense on that.
Wrong one.
No, would it be
I meant to roll
Harley roll? Or no, would it be since she's being thrown, Nikita rolling a ranged attack? Like, see if she throws him faster than Akima can hit.
I don't know. Is Nikita throwing a ranged attack or is Tonga throwing a defense? I'm real sorry about this.
I mean, don't you think she would have heard us as we're...
No! You guys didn't make any announcements or anything! You just keep running down the hallway. All I heard was heavy footsteps.
And explosions.
Yeah, but you'll actually see us coming by the door, so. But that's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, we would have had to go to, like, in front of the door before he could have been thrown in. If the door was
So it's actually Nikita that should be rolling the dodge, not Tonga.
There we go, because I would literally just, the first flash of whoever just came in the doorway without announcing themselves is going to get smacked.
Okay, Nikita rolls the defense, I guess.
It's still Tonga who's going in the door before me, so.
So he threw Tonga in and Tonga got roundhouse kick to the face.
Well, I think we're actually asking if my throwing of him counts as a defensive.
Yeah, I mean, are you throwing him in a way to purposefully avoid Akihima?
I would say, well, yes, I am trying to avoid hitting anybody in the room. So yes, I would be throwing him towards the corner, trying to get him in the room away from anybody. At best, it would be a passive.
Yeah, I'll say it. Throw it as an attack, range attack.
Try to beat a 16.
Nope. Go ahead, hit him.
God damn it.
I mean, it's not like I hit hard.
I just imagine, like, Nikita throws him in. Akira's like, oh shit, jumps up, roundhouse kicks him into the corner. Oh, sorry, Tonga.
And then, like, some random tennis referee leads up and goes, 15 love!
Throws tennis referee at nurses.
Yeah, you just look down the hall and they're just walking slowly, smiling. They don't even seem to really be looking at you necessarily, just looking ahead.
And I would assume they all look exactly identical.
Except one of them has stood on its face from crush grenade.
Triplicates working at the same hospital, chances very slim.
Ejecting people without asking permission.
Well,
You
you
can't
were
say
very
anything.
irrational,
You're
but you're
unconscious.
unconscious, so shut up.
Yeah, let's get into the room.
I'll help with your headache later.
That's the point. Does the smack from Akihima wake Tonga up?
He's in the drug
No,
industry.
but you can like give him a point of aura healing to help clear him up.
Do we
Well,
really
I was
want
gonna
to fight
say-
in the room?
him getting smacked about, surely the body would have an adrenaline response to that.
He has a point.
Adrenal response when touched while sleeping. Cuddles.
While not.
Oh dear God! Did I just smack him and he grabbed my leg and now I'm being forcefully cuddled like an Akihima plushie?
No, this is more than.
No, I'm more thinking about the fact that you got whacked by Akihima as you came through.
No, I think we should roll with that. He gets thrown in, Akihima kicks him, his response is to grab leg, and they're now slumped against the wall with Akihima as his plushie.
Also, quick question. How good is the sedative? Because Tonga sleepwalks.
Yep. They actually have to tie him down, or, you know, put him into, tonic immobility.
Yeah, I mean, he's awake. He's seeing and experiencing things, just his muscles aren't responding to him at the moment.
And just to kind of stop those crazy nurses, I'm gonna use dust to kind of. I was thinking use the dust to make like a little wall of fire in front of them.
You're setting the hospital on fire.
Don't set a hospital on fire. Not yet.
At the very least, there will be fire suppression systems in the hospital.
I mean, they barely have functioning fucking lights. Are there any fucking sprinklers above us?
Yep.
I love how chat is now chanting size difference.
Well, it isn't in the Tonga's handbook. Warning, when sleeping, do not touch. Cuddles will happen.
Oh, great.
I go into S13, and I roll the bed out into the hallway.
Alright.
To make a barricade.
Yep.
Oh god, bear.
A barricade.
Yes, a barricade.
Well, you better grab the one out of S12 as well, then.
Ladies and
Someone's
gentlemen,
using
a
that.
patient in it, I don't know.
There is a patient in S12.
ladies and gentlemen, your grade A puns have arrived.
Moves to S11, grabs thing out of there, makes barricade. Sorry, person in S12, you get stabbed, I can't help you.
Why don't you just move the person from S12 to S13 or put the barricade in front of S12?
Or you just put the barricade up at the wall between S12 and S11.
That's also a good point.
You see the center one of the nurses watching you and just goes, "Sir, ma'am, you seem to be under some sort of distress."
Because you're creepily walking towards us with needles.
By the way, everyone,
Not
if
calling
you're,
the authorities. Which
if you're
also
playing
bothered me.
RWBY Bingo, you just got 2 squares.
Wait, what?
Crotch grenade
Cross
and
grenade and bear pun.
bang. Oh yeah. Bear pun and crotch grenade.
Also, don't you get a what are the rules on the ship?
Was it a new ship, or did we do it for new ship, or
It was an existing ship.
I think it was new ships, maybe.
Existing ship is now
Oh, okay.
actually
Is it
in the
a ship?
citizen.
What do you mean we need a pyramid? No, we do not need a pyramid head. Nope. Nope. I'm good. I'm sure we're all good. Okay, then.
Wait, I just thought of something. Semblance.
Uh-oh.
Can you take the poison out of me and put it into the something?
Just make sure it's not hooked up to me.
I was thinking the poison in their needles. Semblance that the effects of that chemical into something else, effectively rendering whatever's in their fucking needles basically water.
It's not a good idea to get injected with water.
Okay, then everything but water and salt, so saline. Which is not horrible, for it won't kill you.
Except that unless it's sterilized water, there's all sorts of other little nasties in there.
Well, I'm assuming the chemicals they're already stabbing into you sterilized.
I know this is kind of a
It's
shitty
anime.
place.
Don't think about it too much. Shut the fuck up.
You're assuming they use clean needles. Come on. They're bad. They're evil.
Well, if the semblance works, we don't have to worry about them stabbing, but I don't want to find out if it worked.
Or you could turn the needles into water.
That would be... Actually, yeah. We'll try that. At least have them just start changing to metal, from solid metal to liquid metal.
The nurses look over at you and say, "You are making a disturbance in the hospital. You're disturbing the patients. Please calm yourselves."
Go call the authorities and get them down here. They're not listening.
And the one in the center says, "We are the authority here."
That's creepy.
You do not have the power to give me detention. I will not listen to you.
Cooper, detention.
So how hard is it to get out of Tonga's grasp to go help them? Oh dear God, he's actually gonna roll for it. I'm gonna be fucked.
He's kind of a wuss anyway, so you can probably break his grip easy.
So yeah, I'll do a semblance just to have the needles change from solid to liquid, or...
Uncle Cooper, Auntie Nikita, what's happening?
3 nurses that are absolutely identical clones are coming down the hallway at us with needles.
Why are they doing that?
Possibly crazy.
Because this is our day job.
Max, get back behind me.
So, are they bad guys?
Yes, they're very bad people.
Yanks Mags but behind her.
So, why aren't you shooting them?
Yanks Mags behind her.
Hospital. We don't want to shoot up hospital.
Nikita, shoot them already!
If they're gonna hurt you, then...
Yeah, let's just shoot them.
But... Mummy Akahima,
God damn it, bipolar 20.
I can shoot.
Mags, no, stay behind me. You can shoot past me, but not anything else. And only who I tell you to.
I can shoot from the door.
Cooper is just gonna aim and shoot at face covered in soot.
Alright. So you just pull out your rifle and you aim down and you just smack her square between the eyes. Throw damage.
But, Mummy Akahima, I want to protect Harley.
Mags, we are protecting Harley. We are the second line of defense in case something sneaks in here past Nikita and Cooper, okay?
But Harley's already watching the vent.
No. We stay in here, Max. We stay in here in case things go bad, okay?
Alright, so the bullet just drills right into her skull, and you see this nice, clean little hole, and it starts slowly oozing blood down her face, and you see it going across her nose and down past her lips and dripping off of her chin.
Does she even react?
She has not reacted yet.
Does she so much as slow down?
You see that she's stopped walking for a moment. And then she
starts
stumbles
again.
a step forward. And she falls against the wall, her right arm pressed up against it. You just see the blood start dripping down more and more and more, and you see these blood dripping from her scalp beyond where she got shot as well, and it just starts coating her face in these long red lines as she slowly slumps down to the floor.
And the other student reactions?
That was not creepy at all! Fire at will. Akahima is encouraging you to commit murder.
Well, I'm just curious, did the other two react to that in any other way other than keeping advancing?
They look at you and they say, "What are you doing? You just shot an innocent nurse. What's going on? You're crazy. Why are you doing this?"
Get the authorities. You didn't listen. Were they talking in unison when they were saying we are the authorities?
Yes.
Oh God.
People, no. I cannot believe any of you are innocent at this moment.
They step forward and say, "Sir, you guys."
I will fire again.
No, they start moving forward with needles raised. They don't even try and go to help their friend.
They're looking to you, and they have a hand up. They're like, "Sir, you gotta let us help you. This isn't right. You gotta let us help you."
Drag your friend back, or I fire again.
Did we just commit nurse murder?
I don't think they're actual nurse. I don't even think they're people.
People don't drop like that either.
No.
Are they still holding the needles like they are, like the stab? You have to stab you.
Yeah, they still have it in their hand. Not the one that's raised out towards you, but they have one ready.
Drag her back, and take your friend for medical attention.
I shout out to ask them who their mothers are.
Are you my mommy?
The fuck was that?
That was just me being funny.
Have you not watched Doctor Who?
It's a Doctor Who. It's a scary
Pen
thing.
Rebel is encouraging us to go for headshots and harvest their organs. One of them's bound to have a heart for Harley.
Depends if they're even human.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah,
I throw the bed at them.
Cooper is going to take another two shots. He said if they take another step forward and don't drag their friends, he's firing again.
Alright, throw your attacks. Alright, Cooper, you got one hit. What about you, Nikita?
I throw the bed at them poorly.
It seems that hospital bed's heavier than you thought it was.
Max text to Commandant General, Tonga down.
That's supposed to be from Harley, but yeah.
Darn it. Really, bipolar 20.
Bipolar 20 has gone bipolar and betrayed us!
And you see your bullet just graze across the top of her head through her scalp, and you start seeing the blood slowly drip down her face. These long, slow lines that just seem to get wider and more numerous as she takes her unsteady step forward towards you. Going, "Please, you have to let us help you."
Is there anything I can do to resist this thing, or am I just pretty well hosed?
Well, one of them needs to just dump some aura healing into you, which I mentioned earlier.
Harley will reach down and dump a couple of points into aura.
Right.
Aura into you.
The second one is in range from melee, because reach is an awesome thing to have. I'm gonna just hook her and throw her back down the hall.
The Dakar monster is back on his feet.
I guess I hook her and throw her back down the hall, then nope. Fling.
Alright, you see her go flying down the hall, and she lands badly on the back of her head, and you hear this sick little neck snap as she starts tumbling end over end. Legs broken, hanging at unnatural angle, arms spread out wide, her head just 90 degrees from where it should be, with a big old bulge in her neck where it broke. And
Cooper, when did you become Hulk?
What the fuck are these things made out of?
I don't think these things are at all human.
Not even the mooks broke this badly when he threw them.
Tonga,
You see the one in the center just go, please, sir, you need help. You're not well.
Nope.
dumps 2 more ore into Tonga. Tonga, come on, wake up. Wake
so
up.
If she comes at me, I just advance and swing the axe.
I'm just gonna throw him again.
Guys,
Range is amazing what you can do.
tabletop.
The sound that everyone hears when Tonga stands back up.
Oh.
Does that include the music?
Yes, it's anime.
Yep, that's my nope. Nope. You're not advancing on us. Step forward.
Yeah. It's a low damage.
Well, they done fucked up.
They done fucked up hard.
I think you just cleaved that one in two.
Yep. You see your axe just bite right down through the skull and split it like a rotting melon, and just no resistance whatsoever until you cleave right through the hip and you end up hitting the floor. And you see these two halves just fall apart side by side onto the ground, spilling out their blood, their guts in a pile. And that same silent smile's perfectly bisected by your axe.
We need to get her.
I also have a feeling by his descriptions that Tommy's getting off on this.
I mean, I would assume so because Hitomi's creeping all of us the fuck out. We need to get Harley out of here now, Creeper. Suggestions?
If she wasn't tied up to a machine, yes. But she's tied up to a goddamn machine like that.
So it's literally take the hospital.
Has anybody called the Commandant recently?
Yes.
I've sent him text messages.
Saying that we need somehow.
Called. Phone.
Yes, actually.
Voice.
Tonga did earlier.
Oh, since we found out what some of the creepiness is.
The creepiness of Nikita and Cooper going murder hobo.
I'm sorry. That's not normal, nurses. I don't care. I'm going murder hobo.
Just for precautions, because we don't know what these things are due. Cooper is gonna go up, hook the thing, the corpse, or its pieces, and fling it down the hall.
Well, it'll take two. You'll have to do it twice.
Oh yes. Because we don't know if these things are just gonna start getting back up again.
Well, there's one way to find out.
And, Nikita, do you want to call a commandant? Because I have a feeling he'll just start yelling if I call him.
I calmly pull my scroll out and dial up the commandant.
He rings a few times and he answers.
Sir? It's Nikita.
Yes,
This
Nikita.
hospital has gone completely psycho.
How do you mean?
Triplicate nurses all just came at us with needles and were talking in unison like they're clones or something like that and attacked
They
us.
also took out Tonga.
And they put Tonga down. And they're now down. And things have gone really pear-shaped.
Flings that one down hall, because I can do that with reach from here.
So Cooper's not checking his scroll then?
No. Because you get too close to that thing, it'll probably wake back up and stab you.
Goes, wait. A nurse stabbed Tonga and you murdered the nurse?
Well, a nurse of 3.
These things
One
are
of
not
3.
human!
We don't think they're human. They don't act like humans. They didn't go down like humans.
It didn't seem to even have aura.
Or
That would've-
bones! Mention the part that distinctly
Or
lacks bones!
Oh, there was no
But-
bones when I chopped through it?
Nope.
Oh, there was. It just didn't give you any.
The complete lack of aura that would have probably protected it a little bit.
Most people don't have aura.
I thought
Most,
everyone
most
had
people
aura.
have aura, they just don't know how to activate.
People don't keep walking at you after 2 of their friends have gone down, and then you chop the one in an axe, and she's still smiling.
Yeah, most people kind of panic at that.
They
No.
are not normal.
He goes, look, I'm still doing research on this place. You've done a lot of good work for me. Give you clear leave to do what you must. I'll back you up.
We need to get Harley out of here. This place is not safe. This place
We
is
need a
gone
medical
completely
evac.
creepy horror movie on us.
This is like Cave Johnson's wet dream after watching too many horror movies.
Oh, God.
I do not think you understand the situation here. The nurses were all 3 exactly the same, and we're talking exactly the same in unison.
And stabbing people with just things.
Dragging people up into the vents, scuttling around.
We already told them about dragging people off into the vents.
How about you tell them about the fact that when one of them went down, they didn't care?
Yeah, when one of them went down, the other 2 simply did not even care. They just walked forward like mindless robots.
And just as you're telling him that, you realize there's no connection on your scroll.
Oh
no.
god, they cut the connection.
I think he hung up on me.
Lol.
Is there any signal on your scroll?
You look down and all of your scrolls, you don't have signal.
Well, if that doesn't tell the Commandant that there's something super fishy going off.
Well, there's one way to get the attention of pretty much everyone, including the Commandant. We can keep blowing up the hospital till someone notices something.
Facepalm.
You have a better plan.
Here, tell me, how mobile is the equipment I'm
I was
hooked up
just going
to?
to ask that.
Well, you got a battery pack on it, so you can last about an hour without being unplugged.
Okay. Around about here, are there any wall connection points?
He's at an hour, that's more than a... But I'm just thinking, the only way to get you down is elevator, and... I mean... Horror movie, the second we go into elevator and start going down, it stops. And
Also, there's the
open.
small fact you don't move a patient like Harley unless you know where you are moving them to.
Harley,
Yes?
we need to get you out of here.
Yeah, kind of got that message. Hey, Tonga, are there any wall sockets in that corridor?
My memory's still a little foggy.
You're stood in the
Nothing
corridor.
that's fit for your life support here.
Murder everything, we're the heroes. I mean...
Oh, God, I'm just reading chat. It's like, God damn it, Comcast.
Is there a room opposite the stairs?
Like S7? Yeah.
I'm asking. Obviously, Harley came into this room unconscious. She doesn't know the layout.
Yes.
Yeah, the stairs and then the elevator and then the shower room.
Okay, how about we move me in there?
The
I can use
shower
my
room?
sniper. No, the room.
S7, S8.
S7, S8, whatever it is, and then I can prop myself with my sniper rifle, and I can at least cover the stairs or the elevator or something, and not feel completely useless.
You should be dead. I'm not sure that firing your rifle is going to be a good idea.
Yeah, well, that sums my week up.
Okay, I have a better suggestion.
I mean, out of character, she's not wrong with that, but not a good idea. For me, out of character, I'm just saying.
So, are we ready to try something crazy to get her out of here yet?
I'm up for crazy. Crazy's always worked for us in the past.
I mean,
so first we need to find...
even has this little kind of foaming at the mouth moment. Dragon Slayer.
So we need to find
I can think of the crazy idea of blowing up the wall, and I still have enough ice. No, I have enough ice dust, or white dust, to still make a ramp. I think I have 7 more pieces.
Question.
If I can count right.
Are there any ambulances outside?
Can we let Tonga give his suggestion? It might make more sense.
We need to find the cell jammer, destroy it, and then call Cabe Johnson. With how excited he's been to... Well, if he's responsible, we'll kill him anyway.
But he wouldn't be responsible because, I mean, they didn't want him at the hospital.
Besides, with how excited he's been, we could tell him demo a few things else for us at the hospital. They already said it's okay. And I'm pretty sure he'd bring down his entire supply of crazy shenanigans and would either destroy half the hospital, thus giving us a viable exit, or, you know, bring enough to actually get Harley back up on her feet in some kind of life support mech suit with death rays.
I kind of look at the window, Tonga, with 3 floors up. If he destroys half the hospital, I'm going nowhere.
I can fly you. Alright, bed.
I mean, it could be the other half.
Harley scratches her chin for a moment. Is there a landline in the nurse's office?
I'll go find out. Cooper, you want to come with me? And Nikita, you want to stay out here in the hall, shoot anything that moves? Or okay, Nikita, you want to come out with me and Cooper, shoot anything that moves?
I was gonna say, aren't you the more shoot anything that moves kind of guy?
It's more... Okay, so...
Tonga's the guy that does it... Tonga's the guy that does it kind of up close, because with that much Daki, you don't want him to miss.
So am I just going to be stuck in here with Harley the whole time and just making sure that nothing gets to her?
Possibly.
You want to go out here and I'll watch...
No, I'm really content.
Looks over as you're laying your head on her breast. Yep, content it is.
By the way, I still have my sniper rifle propped up so it's pointed at the vent.
So I'm going with Cooper?
Go with Cooper. If you need anything, just make a noise. I'll start spraying the area.
If anything happens, tell Cooper he sees a crotch grenade.
Oh, he's going to do that by default anyway.
Should we, birth these things?
Would be nice to know what they are first.
Okay, Cooper just flings them into basically the elevator as he goes along.
Well, that's going to be a fun surprise for whoever next uses it.
God, that.
I know what it reminds me of. These nurses remind me of. The synthetics in Alien.
Yep.
Oh yeah, kind of.
God damn it, we have.
White.
You mean we have bishops and billies?
No, the difference
That's how you
is
get bishops and billies, okay?
they can't be bishops. Bishop has white blood because it's a chemical.
Yeah. But you know, you know what I'm thinking with the slow using.
This was the nurse's place, right?
Yep.
Is there a landline from what we can see?
Oh yeah, you can see there's a phone in there. It looks like it's plugged into the wall. Yeah, there are accoutrements you'd expect. A little mini fridge, coffee maker.
Is the air vent near the wall of the phone?
In the center of the room.
Goes to this, keeps gun pointed at air vent.
By the way, is there a terminal in there?
See if we can call up the the commandant from the landline.
Now, does he remember to press 9 for an outside line?
Yeah.
Check tabletop.
Really?
Yes.
You're a monster. Oh God, why? Why do you play this sound? Play it for stream Fiaura to creep them the fuck out if you want.
What is that like? Background radiation recording or something?
Yeah, Saturn.
I've been playing a musical note called Ghost Apocalypse.
I will play them the Fiaura RPWS. The sounds of Saturn's radio transmissions. It's oh God. Well, Cooper looked at the phone. I was like, well, wrong number. Shoots the thing.
Boring conversation anyway.
Even extremely. Shall we go find the doctor?
Me.
Yeah. That's why I play it for chat.
When real life is stranger than fiction.
Shall we go find the doctor and, well, slam him into wall for answers?
So you're not going to try and call anybody?
We did try calling someone.
Oh, sorry, I missed
They
it.
told me it was like, that's the sound that plays.
Yeah, it's in tabletop if you want to listen to it, Hetty.
Oh, I listened to it.
First, check the day room if there's anyone in there.
No,
If there's any
empty.
nurses, instant fire. Okay, no nurses. Opens that door, sees doctor. Oh, you again.
How many of you are walking around here?
He goes, well, there should be like 15 doctors on staff right now.
Do they all look like you?
Like, well, no.
Any reason why the three nurses on this floor are completely identical?
Well, because they're, sisters.
Any reason why they stabbed a friend of ours for chemicals to knock them the fuck out? And he wasn't doing anything?
He arches up an eyebrow at you, considering your behavior so far, and goes, wasn't doing anything.
Okay, three people don't just slowly walk down a hall, very creepily, trying to stab us. And
Uh-huh.
and we got rid of them. They're in the elevator at the moment. Tell us why we should shove you in there.
Got rid of them?
Cooper, you really do not know how to phrase things without sounding a little unhinged.
Maybe Nikita and Cooper should swap places for talking. Because I'm suddenly remembering why we don't let Cooper talk.
Nikita, do you want to smash him into
I walk past
answers?
Cooper.
Okay.
I literally grab the doctor by the collar.
Nikita is past the point of talking.
And he lets out a strangled cry as he's suddenly grabbed by the collar.
I bring him. I literally pick him up like a rag doll, bring him out here in the hallway, and push him up against the wall. I said, Cooper, come here. Check Mr. Doctor over and make sure Mr. Doctor does not have a needle.
Cooper would check out all his pockets. I just fucking rip the coat off.
Yeah,
Check the pocket.
bad touch.
I don't care. I'm not playing around no more. Bear is starting to get very mad.
And you would not like her when she's upset.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
I don't know. The Commandant keeps asking that, but we just never can figure it out. Now, what is going on in this place?
Oh, does he have any, like, needles, they tell me?
No, he has like pens.
Tonga's gonna shout down the hallway, "Is that the doctor?
Yes.
Is he lying again?"
So far, no.
Show him the nurses.
Explain to us why the CCT tower connection seems to be completely down, and when we check the landline, it sounds like a fucking demon.
Show him the nurses.
We'll get to that.
You realize they're dead.
Just looking at
Harley.
down the hall at all the shouting and back to you, and clearly very confused and discombobulated by what's going on, and he says, just set me down, please. He just set me down, relax, everyone take a deep breath.
Deep breath, you say.
A little unhinged is not how you say batshit bonkers. You're right. You're right. Ow. I just popped my
I'm gonna say, don't sit him down, Nikita. Just...
I don't plan on setting him down.
Okay. Now, sir, you are either the most oblivious person in existence, or you're part of whatever the hell's happening here. Pray to the gods that it's the former.
Look, I'm just a doctor. I'm just trying to... I got stuff to do. I mean, we're trying to grow your friend's heart right now. It's, down in the second floor. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with you all. It's like, we're doing our best here. We're taking care of your friend. I'm a healer, damn it.
Yeah, you might be, but it doesn't seem like everyone else around here is. After randomly walking up behind someone, stabbing them in the neck with chemicals that would knock probably a bull out. And then slowly walking down the hall, 3 people talking in perfect unison, all while brandishing fucking needles to stab us.
He has some points.
That shit ain't normal.
He looks down the hall at the match and goes, What happened to the nurses? What did you do to Nurse Kuro?
They attacked my friend.
We
Are
told
you
them.
guys even capable of dealing this without sounding like complete psychopaths?
He's just feeling like trembling as long as they're lying, like, oh my god, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh
No,
my god.
you're not trying to stab us. We have no reason to kill you. I mean, maybe beat you up a little bit, but we ain't gonna kill you.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, until you tell us what we want to know, and why the hell they were trying to stab us for asking questions. We were wanting to know if there was any connection between the two people who went missing, and then they stabbed a friend of ours. And then tried stabbing me if I didn't have to drag him away.
And he's just not responding. He's checked out, 1,000-yard stare, just seeing his life flash before his eyes as two psychopaths have him cornered and are threatening death and dismemberment in his mind.
We have not threatened him with any of that.
No, actually, I take that as a good sign. He's not acting in any way, shape, or form like the nurses.
True, he is acting like a normal person in this situation.
See, that's how a person acts.
Yeah. How long has that nurse...
You just good cop, bad cop that.
How long has those 3 nurses been working here?
I think we broke him.
Yeah, he is utterly broken. He's checked out.
Slowly pulls out wine, offers it to him. Come on. Speak. Speak. Someone will take the wine offer for once.
He's not even seeing you there.
Well, I mean, we could go to floor 2.
Are any of the nurses moving?
Only in the sense that they're bleeding out and their guts are spilling out over the floor.
Do any of them still have needles?
Yeah, they're still holding them.
Which is also creepy.
Yeah, the human hand would have, like, just stopped because there's nothing to...
I'm gonna go over to the one that's bisected and try and take the needle.
What was the room that the doctor was just in?
It's just the entryway, top of the stairs, corridor.
Special treatment rooms?
Now he's coming up the stairs. But yeah, as you look down and you grab the needle and you feel that the fingers are really, really stiff already, but you're able to pry it out.
Okay.
Another example of them not being human. As rigor mortis does not set in that quickly. Tonga, you're supposed to be checking to make sure nothing comes down the hall.
Tonga's gonna hand Cooper the needle and tell him to put the nice man to sleep. Not permanently.
No.
No, we don't need that right now. You should stay back there and keep watching the room.
The bear's gonna though hit the man, kind of pat, like do the like light slap on the cheek. Hey, do you know what this chemical is? They were trying to stab us with it. Does it have a label, Hitomi?
It is not labeled.
Why were they trying to stab us with some unlabeled chemical?
Because syringes are generally not labeled.
Yeah, syringes are generally not labeled.
Yeah. Do you know what this is, given its color and all that?
And he just looks at you and goes, well, it could be anything of like a couple dozen different things. Considering how... anything
that can knock a
say,
person.
probably
Anything
some sort of sedative.
Anything comes to mind that would knock her, well, points to Tom. Yeah, a guy like that out almost instantly.
Shark tranquilizer?
Like I said, some sort of sedative.
Is it standard procedure for when someone's acting up to just slowly walk towards them with a needle held out as if trying to stab them?
Well, you don't move quickly. You don't want to upset someone. You approach slowly and cautiously and try to keep them even, and you try to speak to them and tell them to calm down and, you know, try to diffuse the situation.
And if they say hurt a person, is it standard procedure to not pay attention to hurt person?
Like, what? Who did they hurt?
That's irrelevant at the moment. Say if someone threw something like a one of the bed frames at someone, and that person and one of the other nurses got hit. Would it be standard procedure to just continue following after the crazy people, or what they assume is the crazy or hysterical person, keep brandishing the needles, and then continually trying to stab them and not check the other nurse?
I don't know. It depends. I mean, obviously, anyone throwing around beds is clearly unhinged and a danger to everyone. I realize what he says, and his eyes go wide, and he clams up.
Do you want to go to the second floor and drag this guy with us to see if we can find out what to do with Harley's DNA? Or just tranquilize the guy?
I think we need to keep him unconscious for right now.
Okay. So we go downstairs and have him be the guide. Nikita?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Should we go downstairs and just, I mean, apparently they're working on the heart downstairs. Should we go down there and just keep him with us?
Do you think we should really leave the others at this point?
No, but I don't think we're gonna get answers if we don't.
If we're going downstairs, I think we should just leave him up here with them, but take his badge with us. May get us past some doors or any keys he has.
Could always just break through the door.
I can't break through everything. When you have a key or a pass, it works out better that way.
Plus, it's a lot harder to follow without a trail of destroyed doors. So I guess we will drag him back to the Harley's room. This guy's gonna freak out.
Yeah, as you're dragging him back and he sees all the blood splatters and spilled entrails, and yeah, he starts freaking out, kicking and fighting and screaming at the top of his lungs.
So you're not gonna sedate him? You're just gonna let him cause a ruckus?
At this point, yeah.
Then he sees the nurses that you brutally slaughtered and just like scream, "Oh my god, oh 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 my god."
They attacked us first.
You know, it's highly likely that they are just normal nurses, and that's how the human body reacts when you hit them with stuff that we have. But then again, you did just kind of throw one, and she crumpled into a pile of, well, smash.
Given that the previous combat, Cooper did exactly the same thing to a bunch of mooks, and all the worst they got was a sore ass.
Yeah, he didn't even have to roll damage for just throwing that one, and that one completely died. Goes by door. Push the doctor in. Watch him. We don't think anything's wrong with him. He's not a crazy nurse. But yeah. Just watch him and make sure he doesn't do anything.
You see him curl up into a ball, basically in a catatonic state in the corner.
You gonna put him to sleep with the needle?
Cooper, don't do anything rash, please.
We're just going to see what's going on downstairs.
I think Raph left the boat with shooting a nurse in the face.
I never said face. You're the one who made it face.
Yeah, you shot her in the face. Just go with it.
Just keep the violence to a minimum.
There are 3 dead nurses out there. The minimum's gone out the window.
Nikita, this isn't a joke.
I'm not joking. You did not see those things coming at us. They were not walking like humans. They were... Hell, they were more Grimm-like in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember there are people who aren't whatever's going off here.
Aware and
you know, be safe.
We will keep constant scroll connection to y'all. Then I guess Nikita and Cooper head downstairs. Oh yeah, there's none.
Can I open my scroll and see if it can pick up any kind of jamming?
Yeah, you got no signal.
We just got no signal, it's just like it's not even on.
Which, they don't just turn off the CCT.
No, we're not on the CCT, we're on the local network.
One and the same.
Yeah, there is no such thing as a difference between them. Because if they turned off the CCT in one place, that would mean the entire world has just gone fucking down.
That's true.
And I'm guessing the news is on the TV is not saying about how the CCT is down.
Is there any news?
There's a TV. I'm assuming there'd be TV.
Probably either static.
Not showing anything.
I'm kind of with Isaac here. It's like the Nazi looking over going, are we the bad guys?
You only brutally murdered 3 nurses.
Hey, they might not have been human. Or faunus. Or anything that's normal.
Just go make sure everything's alright with my heart.
Yeah, so I guess Nikita and Cooper move down.
You gonna trust anything that they make here?
It might be a clue as to what's going off, though.
True.
So go on and make sure Cooper doesn't do anything excessively stupid.
Meanwhile, Cooper's running down the hall.
Tonga's still watching him. He's not moved out of Tonga's safety range.
Yeah, I can shoot both walls.
So, Doctor, you alright?
He's not responding.
You know, why can't we have a normal day?
I can
Yeah,
hear you. We're going to have to talk to those two about how they talk to people. I know I say too much, but
which is the
believing
downstairs?
somebody like this just because you can't work out who's friend or foe, I'm not alright with that.
Down's the nearest one. So there's six.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Taking the elevator?
Again, horror movie. The second we go in the elevator, it stops, the top rips open, and God knows Billy pops up and I'm like,
Well, you could always just walk down the stairs next to it.
Well, these stairs, you can't get stopped in between floors except unless you're surrounded, but then you can just jump down and...
Why didn't you just use the stairs next to the elevator?
Because stepping over bodies. But we still don't know if they're not going to get up one moment.
And this is the stairs the doctor was using, so...
So it'd be most likely the fastest way to get to the whatever doctor stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and throw yourselves down the second floor.
I'm guessing that's the thing below us.
Yep.
Hey, Doctor, has scroll contact ever gone out in the hospital?
And you just hear him sitting there rocking, holding his knees up to his chest, going, they did it.
Akahima, we seriously need to talk to those two about their interrogation technique.
You mean... Okay, yeah, probably.
I offered to sedate him. They said no.
Max, do you want to go up to the doctor and give him a hug?
Probably
Is
not.
there anyone...
Yeah, she just buries her face in Akihima's leg instead, and just like, no.
Anyone on the second floor just around this area?
Halls all seem to be empty.
They want to check the various stations and locker rooms.
Just cracks nurse door open, any of the clones?
No clones, but there's a couple of people sitting there. They look up at you and say, yes, you
Actually,
lost?
the door's over here.
Oh, sorry, wrong place. Looking for restroom. That was it.
Were they normal-looking nurses?
None of them were clones.
I'm
Oh wait,
sorry.
were there any like twins or triplets or quads or how many of those?
No, there's none of that.
Or did any of them look like the nurse from upstairs?
I already asked that. I didn't ask there could be other sets of...
And as you say something about the restroom, they say, oh, down the hall, take a right, take an immediate left, right at the end of there.
Okay, thank you. Close his door. Like, nah. So he'll look at it, Nikita, and go like, they're fine.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He says that they seem all normal.
Okay. It may only be the third floor then.
I mean, so far all we've heard is people disappearing from the third floor.
Maybe we ought to go back up and check those special rooms. Special treatment rooms.
Heads back up to third floor.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
So,
I'm just...
Doctor, before we all turned up, has there been anything odd going off in the hospital lately?
And you see him just still rocking there, and he goes like, they're killing people. They're killing people. Why are they doing this?
Kind of peeks out, kind of cracks the special treatment room open.
Yeah. You see what looks like a standard waiting room, bunch of chairs, some little coffee tables, magazines spread out.
In the special treatment room?
Yes.
You'll find it's the waiting room.
I'm so sorry.
The actual
guys. I am
treatment
just
score
dog
probably in the rooms behind it.
They actually can't hear me. Shit.
I would have thought the examining room would have had all the. Get sword ready. Opens first other door.
So, Doctor, do you have a family?
He's just looking like, I was going to, I was going to propose to Nurse Kuro, but.
Wait, which Nurse Kuro?
Alright, so, Nikita, are you helping him check out the same room, or are you checking out a different room?
I'm going to check out the same room. We're going to basically do the open the door and one cover and the other one open the door kind of thing.
Alright. Cooper, throw me agility and perception.
Oh great, one of his worst stats. Oh, bipolar 20, be in a good mood today. I mean, it's in a decent mood.
Nikita, throw me a dodge test.
Do you have parents, brothers or sisters?
Okay, Nikita, you hear a noise, and you jump backwards, and suddenly the floor in the room Cooper opened and the floor in front of the door just drops. You see Cooper just slide off into the darkness.
Wait, would Cooper be able to grab the side of the thing? His weapon has a hook.
That's why I had you throw the test.
Oh boy.
Oh no, the standard hook test.
Can I also comment double tens?
Did I roll
Oh
double
God!
Yeah,
Yes, you did.
Oh wow, I did.
So is that really cool?
They're real cool.
But yeah, with the hook test, since I have a hook, I can do an attack, and I just roll a normal attack for a hook.
I mean, you're down past it before you even have a chance.
Can I actually stick my axe down in there and try and get him to catch on to
I'm
it?
just exhausted.
Yeah, so an axe and a hook.
I didn't get much sleep.
Come on.
Sure, throw it.
The hook, the weapon does have the extended range rule.
That too.
That's a nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no.
I am so sorry.
So Cooper goes off into the darkness.
I am
Right?
beyond exhausted from getting other work.
Can I just start
We'll
firing
see
my
for
gun like
weeks.
the RWBY fly? I have 11 capacity.
So you're gonna pull a Tonga and try and fly with more Daka.
Yes.
With a rifle. That should be really cool looking.
Especially since it's bolt action, so every shot he has to go ching ching boom, ching ching boom.
So it's only like when Ruby does it.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I fly just to not fall?
Throw me that agility and perception again.
So isn't that just a dodge test?
Basically, yeah. You managed to slow your fall enough that you're not going to break anything at the presumed bottom.
Okay. That's
What do I
good
see up
idea.
here from this? Just completely an empty, or did the floor literally give away underneath him?
Floor just like swung down like it's on a hinge, basically right where you jumped back from.
Cooper's gonna yell up as he's shooting. Get everyone now! Or at least come down after me.
But Harley's strapped to a machine.
Good point. You just hear like, well, he's a guy falling who's trying to rapidly shoot, so he doesn't break his legs when he hits the ground.
And as we have Cooper falling down the pit, we have unexpected cliffhanger number 2.
No.
I'd say you're a dick, but my caffeine is worn completely out.
Why you do this?
Because cliffhangers make for good watching.
Because Fatomi's a terrible, awful person, but we love Fatomi.
Okay, can I at least have one last line in this?
Yeah.
Should I follow you?
I guess? Question mark?
Probably. Avarna,
Yes.
Buddy, and PC Ferret, thank you guys. Avarna, here it is. You broke all the virginities.
Way to go.
I'm sorry,
That's one of
guys. I've run out of energy today.
Go find somewhere to curl up and get some sleep.
But
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
Cooper will yell up at Nikita, yes.
I'll have to wait until next weekend to see whether or not I listen to you.
Yes, we will. I hope everyone had fun, people playing and people watching as well.
This place is not normal. Special treatment rooms do not have trap doors.
Well, you've certainly been treated special.
Has it never been normal?
I mean, is this like for the people who don't pay for their insurance? Sorry.
You guys are terrible. But we love you.
Hey, at least we're not talking about having sex with the robot yet.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. That was yesterday!
I mean, if Harley gets put in a dreadnought casket, doesn't that make her a part robot?
Kinda, sorta.
Yeah, I mean, if we really think about it. Again, I apologize for the last like half an hour to an hour. I've been kind of fading in and out, and my energy just kind of crashed at some point.
Like I say, you go get yourself some rest, Fee. You've had a busy week with a lot of scheming in it.
Only a little bit.
I knew Cooper should have burned this place to the ground.
Avarna, you're made
Everyone
well,
said
son.
no.
Everybody get in your final line before I just boom.
As again,
I
as
didn't
I
do
said,
anything.
as I said, I could have burned this place to the ground. I've got to go.
I don't like this place. I don't like this place at all.
I only want to be a mecha.
Anybody else?
Well, I hope you all enjoyed and come back next week for what should be the conclusion of the horror hospital.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.